Okay, so at this point, pretty much what you're going to do is you're just going to keep making grid work across here. You can run your long ones this way, which I recommend if you're hanging out over the frame. That way it puts, now I'm only hanging out, just like I said, about uh, 10 inches on either side. But if you put all your long pieces in like this, then come back and put short ones in like that, you know, and just continue up with your grid work. If you're using a 1/4 inch floor to save weight, you know, then what you might want to do is put these a little bit closer together like that, especially at your entrance, because that 1/4 inch does flex. This camper in here is got a 1/2 inch floor because I wasn't worried so much about weight. That's going to be my personal camper for a while. So I use I think it's 3/8 inch flooring, and we don't weigh very much. But so if you're just doing one door, they're always on this side, the curb side. So if you step on the side of the road, you're not out in traffic getting something out of your trailer. So run your lengthwise ones this way, and then run your short ones that way. And if you're using a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, you don't need as many frames. The only thing is the floor might flex with a 1/4, and somebody might go, "Oh, you have a soft spot in your floor," which you have to tell them to say, "Well, look down here at the side. You can see this is not 1/4 inch. This is 3/8 inch, but you can see down here, and you can point that out to them." But in the long run, it's just good to put extra insulation, extra support in here, and once you get it finished up, you'll cut your insulation to fit as tight as you can in your little voids here. So it's recommended if you only have 3/4 of an inch depth right here, use a 1/2 inch so you can have a little bit of air depth. And some people just fill it all the way up to 3/4 inch or whatever thickness of floor joist they're using. But you only need to really come to, you know, about 2/3 of the way, because you're supposed to have some airspace. And down here is the insulation. But like I said, again, you can fill it all the way up with foam if you want. It's just not going to make that big of a difference. So after doing my measurements, I found out that, oops, can't hardly get through here. I'm a 1/2 inch off right here in this wheel well. So I'm gonna have to, I haven't cut these pieces out either. And I'll cut that out when I cut this out. I cut out that 1/2 inch. I scooted this 1x4 back, so all I have to do is cut through here, across here, go on here and cut that piece of plywood off to there and across here. And I put my little filler block in there and start doing my grid and put the foam in there. So that's about halfway, or maybe 1/3 of the way finished with the floor. And y'all can just build along with me. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, or I think you got an idea that will improve this build, that'd be great. Put it in the comments, let me know. I'll respond to every comment. So, and if you leave me a nice comment, I will come to your channel and leave you a nice comment as well. I'll come and see what you're doing, see what your project is. That's how I got on Teardrop Campers. I went to somebody else's channel, I don't even remember who it was, and they were building Teardrop Campers. I was like, oh, I gotta build one of those. Well, I've built several. Built some for my family, some for friends, and it's become a great little hobby. I can do this when the water's too cold to get in. I don't have time to drive down to the coast and go catch me a redfish. Alright, see y'all in the next video.